morning, everyone. I am your Monday host, Catherine Farrell, and we are coming to you live from Studio B here at the Hebrew Home, and this is Good Morning Hebrew Home. So today is Monday, March 22nd. The time is 10:30. We have to change our clock. It still says 9:30. That's why we're looking for the remote, Allison, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we have a great show planned for you today. Let's jump right into it with the weather. It's sunny today. It's high, 59 degrees. It's spring, guys. And so we're getting there with the weather to match. It's the winds are going to be east, southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if you can, take a brisk walk outside. Still grab your sweater, though. It's a little chilly. And just enjoy the day. So let's move into this day in history for March 22nd. In 1933, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signs a bill legalizing the sale and possession of wine and beer. That was after the Prohibition. In 1946, the first U.S.-built rocket to leave the Earth's atmosphere reaches a 50-mile height. In 1956, the musical Mr. Wonderful with Sammy Davis Jr. and father Sammy Davis Sr. opens at Broadway Theater in New York City for 383 performances. In 1957, All Shook Up, single released by Elvis Presley. And in 1993, Andre the Giant's induction into the inaugural WWE Hall of Fame is announced. There was no ceremony, and he was inducted posthumously. So that's the things that happened today in history. What is our national day today? Today is National Bavarian Crepes Day, which I've never had a Bavarian crepe, but I would imagine it's Bavarian cream-filled crepe, I would guess, maybe in some like blueberry compote or something. I'll have to look it up. It's National Goof Off Day, and it's National West Virginia Day. Let's move to our birthdays today. Our residents celebrating birthdays: Carl W., Bernice R., and Marjorie C. So happy birthday to all of you. And we have a few staff celebrating birthdays today: Lorianne and Della Vita in nursing, and Barrington in food services. So happy birthday to all of you, and to all of you out there. Anybody whose birthday is today, leave us a comment. Tell us what you're doing for your birthday. Moving on to the horoscope. So we're in Aries now. That's the sign. We're in Aries. And for March 22nd, this is your horoscope. You will likely meet with challenges that require creative thinking today. Tapping into that Aries gift to think big thoughts and using out-of-the-box ideas to solve problems can help you conquer whatever you face. Apply the same creativity to any issues on your plate that may need to be resolved, and you can find your hurdles are smaller than they seem. You can master this Monday with style. Today's soul advice: your journey, while it does intertwine and cross with others' paths, is all yours. You are going through life at your own personalized pace. Worry not about if others have gotten to a point faster than you. You will get to where you need to go when the time is right for you. So those are the horoscopes for today. All right, let's check out the menus. So we've started doing keeping up with the change from the kosher and non-kosher menus. So we're now offering both menus here. So we'll start with the kosher menu. For lunch, today's lunch on the kosher menu is a cream of cauliflower soup. For lunch, the entree is tricolor tortellini, roasted peppers and corn, and then for dessert, shortbread cookies. The kosher menu dinner, tonight's soup is vegetable soup. The entree is Salisbury steak with sweet mashed potatoes, and then peaches for dessert. So for the non-kosher menu, lunch is a sloppy joe on bun with mixed vegetables, and the dessert is peaches. And then for dinner tonight, the soup, butternut squash soup. Entree is macaroni and cheese with peas and carrots. And then for dessert, shortbread cookies. So it sounds like wonderful meals. Any way you go, enjoy them today. And then we're going to move into our positive news story. It's our last segment for today. So this is a story about an octopus and a border collie. You know, when I was traveling out west, I guess it was in 2009. I was in San Diego, and we were my now husband, then boyfriend, and I were walking along the beach, and we came across this family who had lifted a rock, and underneath the rock was this giant octopus. Like, it was so big. I mean, the head was like this big, and the tentacles were super, super long. And the way that he moved was just the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. And we did have a video of it, but I couldn't find it for you guys. Anyway, so we do have a video of this story coming up. So watch what happens when an octopus steals a tennis ball from a border collie. Border collies are among the friendliest and most inquisitive dogs around. But Lucy doesn't know what to make of the underwater creature that confiscated her tennis ball. Almar Creighton was exploring the tide pools along the South African coastline with Lucy on her daily outing when they encountered an octopus who was also very inquisitive. When Lucy's ball went into the water and she made her way to retrieve it, suddenly the mollusk emerged from under a rock and took control of the floating ball right in front of her. That poor dog. Lucy seems very confused about how to handle this matter, but she let the octopus check out her ball without a complaint. How nice of you, Lucy. That was said by Lucy's owner, Elmar, who adopted the pup 6 years ago. The octopus seemed to be in the mood for a little mischief as he wrapped his tentacles around the ball and dragged it under the water. Quote, Lucy looked at us questioningly, as if what to do next. She stared at the tidal pool for about 20 minutes, hoping to see a tennis ball rise up to the surface, but no luck. Octopuses are very intelligent sea creatures who can solve puzzles and presumably was having a ball, trying to keep the ball submerged under a rock. Let's take a look and watch the scene unfold. There it goes. Oh, poor Lucy. Oh. So, you know, my cats, which I talk about on the show quite frequently, are also into mischief this weekend. And our youngest cat, Finn, who is the orange one, if you've remembered on previous shows, he decided to, St. Patrick's Day was last week. And so throughout the month, we've had several different loaves of Irish soda bread sitting on the counter, wrapped up in plastic, of course. And there were 3 of them starting from the beginning of March. And Finn jumped up each night. Each night we had a new loaf. He jumped up, dragged the bag off the counter, made his way through the bag, biting and scratching, I'm assuming, and ate Irish soda bread. So we had thought that our regular bread was safe, and maybe this was just an Irish thing. His name is Finn. So, but last night I woke up and he did it to our regular bread too. So anyway, these mischievous little animals over the weekend are just getting into everything. Poor Lucy the dog, I hope you got a new ball. So that's our show for today, guys. Just a reminder for what we have coming up. We have What's the Story with Kate. That's at 11:15. Exercise with Deborah today at 1:30. And Resident Council at 2:30. Don't forget, you can catch this episode of Good Morning Hebrew Home tonight on Channel 88. That's at 6:30. Join us again tomorrow for another great show. Same time, same place. Once again, guys, I'm your Monday host, Catherine Farrell, and this is Good Morning Hebrew Home. Have a great day, guys.
That's where you find